they're regretting their choice. Targeted individual psychic reading. They're regretting their choice. So it feels like the penny's starting to drop. The penny's starting to drop with a lot of these people. And it's not the main protagonists of the story. It's the people who have been bit part characters who've come along, who've turned against you. They might have come in originally with some good intentions, but they've turned against you. I think with this, because I think this is about a specific person. I think that they did come in with ill intent. They did come in with wanting to take over. They came in with wanting to take what was yours. You got wise to it. You've gone off with their heads. And they've decided to jump ship, and they're now regretting their choice. Right, so Princess of Wands, Princess of the Shining Flame, Five of Wands, Lord of Strife, Four of Wands in the reverse, Lord of Perfected Work. Okay, and then the Last Judgment in the reverse. So this person came in a princess's energy. Okay, it can be a man, woman, to be non-binary, but they're lower down on the rung. Okay, with lofty ambitions of taking charge, taking control. They came in under the guise of being helpful, supportive, seeing the vision. But the reality is all they did was cause strife, and that was their game plan. Okay, I'm being told they were working with the other side all along. Okay. And it was designed to wreck your work, wreck your hard work. Well, the Last Judgment's falling now. So I think it's got an air of, right, so this person was sent in by the main protagonists. They were sent in. They were still on board with, I want to say, somebody who was connected to the main protagonists. So not the main protagonists themselves, but somebody who's connected to them. And they were sent in as a mole, okay? The secrets that have been leaked have come from this person. So when you're a targeted individual, you've got to be really, really careful about discussing your plans. So myself, for example, I will not release anything until it's locked in, because time and time again, you start saying something and then bang, the competition's there. This person has been leaking the secrets, I want to say, to their mentor since day dot. It's been a ruse. The whole thing has been a ruse, okay? Now, I think along the way, two things to mention. I think number one, this person is arrogant and egotistical and narcissistic enough that they were going to try and screw both sides, you and this sidearm of your main protagonist. But it didn't work that way, because you got wise to it and you went, enough's enough, okay? So they then kind of tried or attempted to kind of go back into the fold. The problem is, because they didn't complete their mission, they're now under scrutiny. They're now under attack by the main protagonists in your story. Okay, they've made the wrong choice. Now the irony here is, I feel like if they'd actually fessed up, they'd said, right, I've actually been sent in. I think that you would have been more guarded. Don't get me wrong, but you would have worked alongside this person. Okay, you had to King of Swords it off with their heads, blunt, direct, to the point. Okay. Chariot, the Lord of Triumph and Light, and Two of Wands, Lord of Dominion. So because you King of Swords it, that allowed the light to win. You did your part. You acted like the ruler and leader that you were supposed to be, and that's now grasped the Dominion that has been after you. Okay, I want to say, don't feel sorry for this person. Don't feel sorry for this person. This person would quite happily sell the grandmother if it meant more power, more status, okay? And I want to say it's starting to fall apart. It's starting to fall apart. The arrogance and the ego is starting to show through to those around them. People are losing faith. People have lost faith. The support and backing that they thought they had is literally on a knife edge, okay? And I feel like they've got something coming up soon, which is going to be make or break, and I believe it's going to be break. I think that they'll lose this latest event, let's call it, will be the breaking point for them, okay? And they're going to have to turn tail and go in the other direction. They are going to try and continue with what they do, who they are, but they're now going to be under full control of the main protagonist in your story. So in my case, it'll be a coven, okay? They're going to get crushed. They're going to get crushed. The only option this person has is to return back to the Matrix, accept that they're not who they think they are, and disappear into the void. I don't think that they'll fully do it because, like I say, I feel like we're dealing with somebody who's a narcissist, okay? I'm being told that they're losing everyone around them, okay? The only way to save this is to walk away, Save their reputation, save their pride. It feels a lot like, so for example, they could be a reader, they could be a psychic, and they're going to not only be under full control of the main protagonists, but also they're going to lose their gifts and abilities. But I don't think their gifts and abilities are what they think they are. I think a lot of it is just their ego talking. Okay, Empress in the reverse, Emperor in the upright, Sun card. Nope. High Priestess in the reverse, Fortitude. Okay, so with the Empress in the reverse there, I think that this person is toppling, okay? And they're being toppled by I wouldn't say your energy, because I think this person's out of your remit now. But they're falling off their throne and you're coming out as the Emperor because you're due your Sun card. High Priestess in the reverse position there, that's just confirmation that they're losing any gifts and abilities, any connection to Source that they might have. And then Fortitude, Strength card, etc. That's coming in. It always reminds me of Durga, this one. Okay, so they're coming in, Chariot again, to be taken off their throne. They're being dethroned. Okay, it's got a an air of the Emperor's new clothes. You know, they've created this illusion of this band of kind of followers and supporters. And people are starting to say, hang on, they got no clothes on here. You know. Right, so let's use the urban truth and see what else we need to know about this situation. Spill the tea, okay. Conversations are happening without you. Information spreads fast. Expect hidden truths to surface. Silent judging. Your face says what your mouth won't. Silence speaks louder than words. Someone is quietly evaluating the situation. So what this has got a feel of, excuse me, I think that you're going to find out via the usual channels. But you're being advised here, don't comment on it. Just let it silently fall apart. Mixed signals. They act warm then cold. You're left guessing their intention. The inconsistency speaks louder than words. I feel like this is for the people who have supported them, you know, because what always happens is when somebody gets kind of outed as a fake, fraud, or phony, the people who have kind of dedicated themselves to this person, their ego then kicks in and kind of goes, yeah, but that means I was wrong. That means I've been duped, and the ego can't handle that, so they end up continue to go along with it. So there will be still people who support this person, but like I say, if they're wise, they'll disappear back into the Matrix. They'll stop doing what they're doing. They'll protect the peace. They will protect their health. Okay, because I feel like they're dealing with some particularly nasty people here, who are just going to end up crushing them if they don't get out now. And I think that the mixed signals is the people around them. Do I stay in support? Do I go in a new direction? No more excuses. You've outgrown your old reasons. You are ready for real change. The next chapter begins with honesty. Okay, I think that's aimed towards them. That's what That's what they're supposed to be doing. And then you, the collective, take your power back. Someone drained your strength. You're reclaiming what's yours. Your confidence rises again. So this is about reclaiming your throne. Your King of Swords throne. Okay, this person has attempted to steal what was yours. It's not worked. They've had to go back into the fold with your main protagonist, and they're going to get crushed unless they walk away. But that's not your decision to make. That's nothing to do with you now. Just sit back, wait for the information and news to come to you. Don't comment on it, just remain silent. If you want a personalised reading, head down to the video description, find my link tree. You can get same day guaranteed readings from £10, or you can book phone and video chat with me from £20. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and like as well, please people. Until next time, ta-ta for now.